Hello, my name is Grant Kramer, and I'm a professor emeritus at the University of Nevada, Reno. Today we will be talking about Syrah. It is the 15th video made about the varieties that we grew at our Northern Nevada Valley Road Experiment Station vineyard trial.
Syrah is one of the red grape varieties that we tested in our Valley Road Experiment Station varietal trial in Reno, Nevada at the University of Nevada, Reno. So Syrah is known to come from France, and in particular in the Rhone Valley region of France, in the southeastern part of France, as seen here. The parents have been identified by DNA testing to be Dureza, a rare or obscure red variety, and Mondus Blanche, a somewhat used white variety, both originating in the Rhone Valley. Now, an interesting fact is that the Australians call their Syrah Shiraz because they believed that it originated from the Shiraz region of Iran and then came to southern France. This occurred some couple hundred years ago in terms of them calling it the Shiraz. But this DNA evidence now that came out in the last 20 years or so has determined that these parents are from these two local Rhone varieties and not coming from other places, as many other suggestions have been made. Some synonyms for Syrah are Syrah, Shiraz, Syrah, Syrah. And popular locations where it is grown in large amounts are France, second most would be Australia, then the United States, Argentina, Chile, and Spain. So let's discuss a little bit more about the Rhone Valley. The Rhone Valley is divided into two parts, the northern Rhone and the southern Rhone. The grapes, Syrah grapes that is, are not grown north of the Rhone region because it has poor quality and performance in those northern regions and excels in this Rhone area. In the northern region, Syrah is the main grape grown and is a red grape, but some white grapes can be added to the wine blend, such as Marsanne and Roussanne, up to about 15%. In the southern region, you can blend up to 13 different varieties, and the big three reds are Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvedre. So let's take a look here at the northern Rhone map here. It starts up around the Côte de Rôti and goes all the way down to Saint-Péray. The area here has steep granite slopes. Its most famous wine is Hermitage, seen down here. The southern region is broader and has gradual slopes, and the most famous wine from this region is the Chateauneuf du Pape. Syrah does well in intermediate to hot climates, ideally with warm days and cool nights. You can see here on this map on the right that Syrah is listed in between the intermediate and up to the hot regions in the world for grape growing, not in really high desert temperatures, okay? In cooler climates, it can produce a black pepper character because it produces a compound known as rotindone. In fact, I was on the PhD committee of the Australian that discovered this, and it's often found in many of the Australian Shiraz wines. It also can produce some nice black fruity aromas in cool climates. Warm climates tend to be fruitier and can produce blackberry and other black fruit aromas. And in hot climates, it tends to produce prune and chocolate notes, especially when there's berry shrivel, which this variety has a tendency to do. The grapevines are very vigorous. They produce a medium-sized leaf that has 3 to 5 lobes with moderate lateral sinuses and small tooth margins, as seen here in this picture. It also has a U-shaped petiolar sinus. The clusters are medium long and cylindrical. They have long peduncles. These are the stems that attach the cluster to the shoot on the vine. It produces blue-black berries, which are small and round with thick skins. And the shoot tips, the young shoot tips, are hairy or fuzzy. In terms of its production, it's a medium production variety. It likes well-drained soils. It can be grown on a vertical shoot positioning system, but be warned that if the soil type produces a very vigorous vine, you may have a tendency to produce too long of shoots, which can snap off in such a growing system. Here you can see myself in a trench down in Australia at the Rosemount Estate, where we were looking at the root systems and these vines grown in the vineyard here. The vines have a later bud break with optimal ripening occurring during the mid-season of harvest time. At our Valley Road station, the Syrahs that we grew for about 4 or 5 years broke bud a few days later than most of the varieties, but earlier than the Cabernet Sauvignon. It typically ripened in the last week of September or the first week of October. However, many of our vines died. We grew about 90 of them in 6 different blocks of 15 vines. Many of them died and suffered from crown gall. So this was a problem, and winter survival was definitely a difficulty. The ones that did survive, however, produce some very nice fruit. So it does well in cool and hot climates, producing different styles or different types of wine. It produces soft but substantial tannins with good color. It produces medium to full-bodied wines, depending on the winemaker's style, and elegant to powerful wines. The wines have good aging potential. The fruit flavor descriptions in wines, and of course I want to clarify again that these flavor descriptions are not found in just one single wine, but are characteristics of different Syrah wines made in different areas. They can have characters of violets, blackberry, olive, leather, truffle, licorice, black pepper, prune, coffee, and dark chocolate. And I'm sure there are a few others that could be thrown into the description. The wines are frequently blended with Grenache and Mourvedre, but make very good wines on their own. In California, there are over 20 registered selections at the Foundation Plant Services, and you can find descriptions of those clones at this website shown here. So in summary, Syrah may produce high-quality grapes and make good wines in areas with warmer winters than Reno, Nevada. Its later bud break and mid-ripening allows it to avoid frosts in the spring and fall in northern Nevada. Its poor winter survival in northern Nevada made it unfeasible to grow in our varietal trial at the Valley Road experiment station, and we were forced to pull it out of the vineyard and replace it with another red varietal, which was Tempranillo, which also failed in our northern Nevada climate.
Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please like it on my YouTube channel. There are other videos there that you may enjoy as well, including those on other varieties, on how to grow grapes, and on how to make wine. And if you like those, I suggest that you subscribe to my channel, as I will be bringing out more videos in the future. Have a great day.